Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day. This video, I'm just going to be talking about the Bitmain KA3. I just got this in. Thank you to CryptoMinerbros.com for sending me one of these for review. This is just going to be a simple video of setting it up and then also talking about how the profitability is as of recording. I will have another video dedicated talking about the risks of mining Kadena and if you are deciding whether or not to buy one of these. So that's going to be in another video. So let's start from the beginning. If you decided to buy one of these and you are wondering how you will receive one of these, it's going to simply be in one of these Antminer Bitmain boxes. Okay, so it's going to be shipped just like this, and once you open the top, you will see a foam piece at the top and also a quick start guide that you'll probably want to read and go through. But as you take off the first foam piece, you will see that it will be wrapped in a anti-static bag. So this will be all around the KA3, and then you will see another foam piece at the bottom. So it is nicely packed, all wrapped, just great for shipping. And once you take it out, you will see it in its form just like this. A pretty hefty machine, so you want to be careful when you take it out of the box and make sure you have it placed on a flat surface or wherever you're mining or deciding to mine. You will have to be mindful. An ASIC miner like this is going to be pretty loud, and actually you guys can probably hear a loud ASIC miner behind me. But anyways, so let's now set it up. Pretty easy. So first you'll want to plug in a network cable. This is what you're going to be getting the network in for your Bitmain KA3. So for me, I just have it coming out of a simple network switch that you'll have at your home. This does not have Wi-Fi, alright? So be mindful if you are deciding to buy one of these that you're going to have to put this in a location where you have wired network and also in an environment where you have cooling or a method to extract the heat, because this is going to take a lot of power, and we will verify that in this video how much power this is going to take at the wall. Alright, so next step is to plug in the power, and for me, I have two C13, C14 cables. Now, you are not going to receive these cables with your Bitmain KA3, okay? It does not come in the box, so you're gonna have to purchase these on either Amazon C13 to C14 cables or infinitecables.com. That's where I buy mine from. Alright, so these C13 to C14 power cables, in which you will need to plug into a 230 or 240 volt PDU. This is something that you'll definitely need to have before you decide to buy one of these, because to have the infrastructure to run these types of ASICs is going to require a lot of power infrastructure. Okay, you need the power capacity to run, which, you know, take over 3,000 watts. So make sure you have a proper licensed electrician to run your 30 amp 240 volt circuit for your Bitmain ASIC, or specifically the KA3. Okay, so now I'm going to plug in two C13 to C14 power cables. Let's go ahead and plug that in right now into the ASIC. Like so. And it's going to start turning on. And we should see some light indicators. Fault normal as it starts up. Ethernet light should come on. There's an IP report button, SD card. Alright, so this is the 166 terahash model. They really only have one model. As it's starting up, now we're gonna need to get the IP address of the KA3. So simply, I'm gonna be using a program software called Advanced IP Scanner. So this free software is where you can get the IP address, or alternatively, you can log into your router and get the IP address that way, so that you're gonna input the IP address into the web browser to access your Bitmain KA3. So I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, so you're gonna be met with, once you put in the IP address in the browser, once you find out what the IP is from your router or use Advanced IP Scanner, you're gonna wanna log in. The password is gonna be root and root. Sign in. Okay, you're gonna be met in the web GUI of the KA3. Next, you probably wanna check out, go to System and then go to Firmware Upgrade. you want to check out if Bitmain on their website, if they have a firmware update for the KA3. So simply, we're going to look for, let's say, KDA, Blake 2S, that's the algorithm, Antminer KA3, selected here, that's the only model they have. And we can see that recently they did publish a new firmware. So we're going to simply download that. And okay, so that should be done. And then it says release notes, refined firmware. All right, so looking at the KA3 that we have here currently, it looks like we're on a December 23rd, 2022 firmware. So we're going to update that. Simply, we're going to click on this button. We're going to choose the firmware that we just downloaded and keep the same settings. We don't have to, but sure. Going to hit update. And so now it's going to go through the process and update the firmware of the KA3. So while that's going, just make sure you don't turn it off or anything like that. It should take a couple minutes. Just wait and it should come back to this page. And actually we can hear it right now come down in fan speed. So something tells me that it just rebooted and it's gonna come back here in a minute or so. Then we can go back into the computer and see if we can access it. Okay, and you'll see that message will go away and it should go back to the firmware upgrade portion here. We're gonna go to dashboard, and actually you should see at the bottom now, firmware version is now March 28th, 2023. So it looks like it updated. I'm just gonna refresh the page and it looks like we're good. Okay, so the next step is now to add in the mining pool, your wallet address, and the password. Okay, so this is where you probably want to go to somewhere like mining pool stats, and you just want to figure out which mining pool you want to mine to. So for me, I'm going to mine to poolflare.com. I want to keep the network hash rate decentralized, so it's always good to choose a pool that's lesser hash rate. So for me, Poolflare, I'm in the west, so I'm just simply going to copy this Stratum pool here, go back to the web GUI here, paste that in. Miner name, so this is where you're going to want to get a wallet address. So for me, I have a Kadena wallet in Zelcore. Zelcore is a kind of like a hot wallet for Windows or Mac or Android or iOS. Simply, so you can get any wallet address you want. They have, just go to Kadena's website and you'll see different wallets there. But for me, personally, not financial advice, I'm using Zelcore. So I'm simply going to paste that in, and I'm going to put period KA3 as the worker name. Okay, make sure you have that at the end. Password, I'm just going to do 123, and we're going to hit save. And that should save your settings here. And it's probably going to start mining very soon. Yeah, it should start. It said okay there, you guys saw. Going to go back to dashboard, and we're going to let this go. It should start going to mining to Poolflare. So I'm going to give this a couple minutes. Be right back. Okay, so after about, I would say 3 minutes, it has already started to mine at its max hash rate, its max capacity, which is advertised at 166 terahash at about 3154 watts. But at my wall right now, it's mining at about, which I can show you, it is at 3,190 watts, or 3,200 watts. It fluctuates a bit. I'm assuming it's because of the fans. It's actually not that loud right now. But there is a good amount of heat which is coming out right now. But in my environment, it's generally cold. So that's why the fans right now, actually if we go back into the computer, we can see that it's actually not that bad right now. It says inlet temp, outlet temp, 62, 63. But we just started. You can see the real-time hash rate of each of the hash boards. So there are 3 different hash boards here, and it is already mining. It says 165, almost 166 terahash, which is its advertised hash rate. So we just started a minute here, but I just wanted to now go through what is the profitability of the KA3 as of recording at the current network hash rate for Kadena, which is almost 500 petahash. It's actually gone down a little bit since the beginning of May, but in mid-May here, around May 11th, May 10th, as of recording, it's at 501 petahash. So looking at the profitability, at my current electrical rate, which is 11 cents for me personally, I'm in the profit of $5.18, and the yield is supposed to be around 16 Kadena a day. All right, so depending on what your electric is, so as you go up higher and higher, I would say break even is going to be around 17 to 18 cents a day as of recording. Of course, if you have anything lower than 10 cents, let's say 6 cents per kilowatt hour, you're making $8 to $9 a day. Okay, so that's what the current profitability is of this KA3. Okay guys, so that's how you set up your Bitmain KA3 for anyone that's wondering. That's all I want to do in this video, guys. Thank you to Crypto Miner Bros for sending one of these to me for review and just to show you guys how to set it up. Use offer code RedPanda for $50 off as well. If you buy from CryptoMinerBros.com, this price also includes shipping and also the customs and duties as well. They factor all that into the price here. So Crypto Miner Bros, thank you so much. All right, guys. So just a final overview here. I actually turned it around because, yeah, there's a lot of heat coming out of here. And yeah, so I decided to turn it around just for this test here. But yeah, it's right now, the power consumption's at 31, 34, okay, in my environment here. So depending on where you are mining, if you're a lot hotter environment, the power consumption is gonna go up a lot more simply because of the fans. Okay, the fans are gonna take up a good, 100 to 200 to sometimes 300 watts, all right? So just be mindful of that. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Peace out.